All right, hello, welcome everybody. This is Josh, and we are just getting ready to kick things off with our Hanover Horde A team taking on the Knights from Macomb, Michigan. So it should be a really good match. Macomb always fields really good teams. We got our kids straggling in here. We just had a nice car wash, thanks to our friends from Advanced Auto Parts on North Carlisle Street there. Did a really good job letting us hang out and wash some cars, raise some money for the kids. We're still open until 3 p.m. down there, so if you got a dirty car or you want to pick up some raffle tickets or pick up some drinks, stop by. They got some parents out there and some kids out there doing a bang-up job cleaning some cars and doing good things, helping their parents pay for that trip to North American Finals at Full Sail University here in about 34 or 35 days at this point, so it's coming up quick. So let me get these kids online here. They're all nice and sweaty and stinky from the car wash, but we'll get them plugged in here and ready to go. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Game over.
They say that you can see the devil dance on idle hands, so we put in work. Amen. Put the city on my shoulder blades and molded waves. Focus on the future when it's rolling pain.
This is gonna be fun. What's this?
When it's no pain, it's no glory. Legendary grind for the history. Come to shut us down, you on what army? We about to go live for me.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
We put in work.
See ya.
Ain't no killing this energy. Spilling from the spirit, them lyrics be
They are nothing to me.
The grind don't stop. We giving it 100 till the squad on top. We put in work. The grind never dies. We
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Dead. All right. Push up, lift me. Push up, lift me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
Now, why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. But I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boopsiva!
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of a team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. I need you. Nice. No, push in now. Push in. You got this good. Good game.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We were just getting things set up. You can see we have our lineup plugged in here. We've got a sub in here today. We've got Agent Tech playing for Pizza Freak, who's not online. But our lineup is Toonbury Weirdo, Lantern, Kid MDK, and Hitscan. And again, we got Agent Tech jumping in for DPS, playing for Jack, who's not here right now, from Macomb. Their lineup is Perka, Collateral, Luna, Monk Bin Laden, Badat Games, and Rexy. So we'll get this hopefully kicked in here in just a second. Looks like they're having a little bit of issues. They banned a couple maps here, and looks like we will be playing Nepal, which is the first control map. So we'll get started here in just a second. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Traveling to Nepal.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Welcome to Nepal. This is the first map. This is a control map, meaning both teams are going to try to secure this point. You see right here in the center of your screen. The point is actually the whole level, the flat level there of the map. And so both teams are going to be coming from the left and right side here, trying to get control. The first team to secure the point, meaning starting to earn credit towards the point, their percentage will increase. And the first team to 100% will win the match. Will win the map. There's 2 points in each map, and then the winning team will get the first points of the game. So Should be a lot of fun. Two evenly matched teams here. So for the Horde, looks like they're going to be running Toombra's going to be running Diva. Weirdo's going to be running Baptiste. Lantern's going to be run by Lucio. Kid MDK is run by Reinhardt. Hitscan's running switch from a Widow to a Cole Cassidy. And Agent Tech's going to be running an Echo. And for the Macomb Knights, they're going to be running a, looks like a Soldier 76, Diva, a Sigma, a Mercy, a Zen, and a Tracer. So here comes the Horde. The Horde are in red, approaching right to left here. Looks like they're going to meet in this back corridor here. Here you see a little battle between the Reinhardt and the Sig. It looks like the Reinhardt, a Kid MDK, is going to be chasing them down, forcing them back into their spawn area. And then they're going to approach here as the point unlocks. They're going to move down here and start to earn credit towards the point here. So the Horde doing a good job driving them back and away from the point. Fights on the point here, and the Horde are earning credit towards the point, 5% and counting. See Kid MDK doing a nice job with that shield. Redirecting their fires, the rest of the team fighting behind him. Little probing maneuvers, but largely just kind of hold. Kid MDK does charge in there, gets in behind the line. That might be a little bit of trouble. He's actually going to be able to back out here, but he's with some protection with a nice boop there by Lantern. Eliminations by Kid MDK and Hitscan. That's going to give them a numbers advantage at 29% and counting. So a good initial defense here by this Horde team, pushing forward of the point and then dropping back to really hold the point and keep earning credit here. Here comes Macomb. They're coming in the right side of the point here. They're going to try and get down into this corridor here. Actually, mines are going to drop out here. And, all right, thank you. All right, mines are going to drop in. They're going to get here in on the point. So 58%, but they're still contesting a point. Big elimination by Hitscan to take out the Mercy of the team, but they do take out the BAP. Toombra's, though, takes out the Soldier 76, so Horde's still in control of the point. Though it looks like the Macomb team is going to march in here, but a big hammer strike there by Kid MDK is going to keep them from earning credit, fully contesting the point, but at 77%, Macomb does contest a point. They end up taking out Kid MDK with ball, and the Horde A team are going to have to reset here for their next push. But a really good initial hold to get 77%. So here comes the Horde charging in here. Hitscan playing that Cole Cassidy does take out the Soldier 76. Takes out another player from Macomb in the Zen. Lantern gets a nice boop on the Sig. Toombra's takes out the Mercy, and that's going to let them flip the clock here, 79%. So just great job by the Horde team to respond after losing the point. Come back summarily, picked off both DPS and support in the tank. Almost a team wipe there. Took them out. Diva Bomb coming in here. Not sure where that wound up, but ultimately denied. Here comes a high noon by Hitscan coming out. Does take out the Soldier 76. They do get balls here on, I should say, they do get mines here on the point. And the mines take out 1, 2, and then another elimination there by the Devo and Kid MDK. And that's going to let Macomb take it back over. So nice rally back by Macomb. Horde still at the commanding 99% to 36%. Lead, but Macomb currently controls the clock. Alright, Horde come charging in here. Going on the right side flank. This one actually split up. You've got half the people going right, half going left. 52% and counting for Macomb, so they're doing a good job holding right now. They do have ball kind of trapped out and separate. He does manage to retreat, draws the fire for the Horde, but it's going to let the Horde get on here on the point. So a little bit out of position for Macomb. They're off point with big eliminations by Lantern and Toombra's. That should let them flip the clock here once they clear out ball and Baby Diva here. Here comes a high noon coming out. Not sure where he's focusing that high noon, but that's going to let him flip the clock. Overtime's going to come down. Mercy's going to come charging in. She's not going to be able to hold very long, even though she is using her ultimate. They do manage to clear her off with hit scan. Another hammer strike comes in. Here comes Zen, so they are using all their ultimates at this point. The Horde are just going to kind of sit back, let the ultimates happen. Now they're going to charge in here, take on this D.Va. Here comes a D.Va bomb right on point. That's going to take out D.Va. That's going to let them clear over time, and the Horde A are going to win this first point 100% to 77%. So really good round there for the Hanover Horde A team. Even though Macomb did a really good job battling back those couple times, it really looked like Horde might be able to hold the full tick 0 to 100, but they did a nice job rallying back, taking the point from the Horde A team twice. So a good round for Macomb. All right, for the Horde A team, they've got D.Va, Bap, Lucio, Reinhardt, Cole Cassidy, and Agent Tech's going to be playing a Sim this time, so they might be using that TP capability of Sim. And for Macomb, they're going to be running a Tracer, a Cole Cassidy, a Ball, a Sigma, a Moira, and a Zen. Alright, so Ball comes charging in really fast, gets by here, distracts some of the Horde fire, but they're going to try to hold this top corridor. It looks like most of Macomb is going to be going straight for the point. So Horde doing a good job recognizing that, moving down, jumping down to that level of the point, moving towards the point and holding this corner. So Horde do a really good job using their angles from these opposing teams, really identifying the major threat areas and positioning themselves where they can get the most eliminations, or the most, I should say, hit points on opposing teams, while taking the least amount of hit points themselves. So good eliminations there by Sim, played by Agent Tech, takes out that Sigma. Reinhardt's going to take out the Moira with those two big eliminations. The Macomb Knights are going to have to reset their push. So Horde A's trying to figure out where they're going to be coming through. Looks like they are coming through the corridor now. So Horde A rallying that direction. Great choke to hold if you can hold them here. Looks like they're going to rethink that and probably go through the main entrance. If you can get that high ground, get through that door, which is the way a lot of teams try to come through, it is a really good advantage because you got high ground coming down the point. And you got the ability to come in both sides of the point, but they had to resort to moving through the kind of broader, wider opening of the main thoroughfare coming in. But the Horde do a nice job chasing him down. Hitscan's going to take out that Zen, chase it down. Here comes the D.Va bomb. It doesn't quite get as deep. It kind of stalled on its push into the enemy position, so not the effect obviously they wanted. But with 60% and holding a commanding lead of the point, they feel like they're in pretty good position at this point. But as we saw, Macomb battled back. The Horde got all the way up to 77% last round, and they managed to battle back and take control of the point twice in that time. So, all right, Ball's moving his way here on the point. They had a Sim cannon there. Ball does get in behind, but big hammer strike by Kid MDK allows him to take out both the Zen and the Sig. Ball is going to ultimately take out Kid MDK after that, though, but they're going to be able to chase down and take out this Ball with Hitscan snipe right there, so great job. 94, 95% and counting for the Horde A team. The Macomb is in desperation mode, sending their Moira deep. They take out the Cole Cassidy, and that is going to do it. The Horde A are going to win the first map here of Nepal. Let's see who the player of the game is. Player of the game is going to be Kid MDK. I think it was probably maybe that hammer strike on that last point. We'll see here. Actually, it was the first point here. Managed to get the environmental limb of the Rhine there, knocking him off. Diaz going to come up with the pin and the hammer on the D.Va to take them out, and that was them clearing them off that last those last couple ticks of overtime on that first point. So let's go ahead and credit the Horde A with their first point here of the match, and we'll do some pick bands here in just a second and come right back. So stick with us. All right, welcome back. Welcome to Havana, which is the popular map these kids like to play. So Havana is an escort map here. So they're going to try to take this payload. They're going to try to push it to up to 3 points. Once they get to the 3rd point or wherever they get stopped along the way, the opposing team will get the same chance to push up to 3 points. Whoever has the most points at the end of both pushes will win the map. So it looks like we got a couple seconds here. We'll see who's playing who in this round. So it looks like Tombree's playing Zen. Weirdo's going to be playing Junk. Lantern is playing Widowmaker. Kid MBK is playing Hog. Hitscan playing Rhine. Agent Tech playing BAP. Weirdo switched over to Soldier 76. And for the Macomb team, they're going to be running a Soldier, a Widow, a Roadhog, Sig, actually Orisa, Sig, a Ana, and a Zen. So they're going to be playing that high ground hold with the double shields and the Widow. So we'll see how that shakes out here. So playing this high ground hold.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
All right, here comes the team pushing in here through this door. The Horde pushing in. All right, Horde pushing. No. Alright, sorry, we just had a pizza delivered. Wasn't sure who ordered it or what, but pizza showed up, so. Alright, so the Horde doing a good job pushing this payload. Macomb tried that high ground hold. That high ground hold, it's really a risk-reward kind of thing. If you can hold it well and really make maximum use of those hit scan type heroes, they really do a good job. But if not, you pretty much surrender the first point pretty easily. So it's something you definitely have to practice and get pretty good at. Otherwise, like I said, you're going to surrender that first, that low ground first push pretty easily. So the Horde playing a pretty unique comp for them. We've got primarily support players playing DPS. We've got support players, tanks playing other tanks that they normally play, DPS playing support characters, so a little bit of a switch up here, a little bit of comp change for the Horde. Good hook there by Kid MBK playing that Roadhog, but unable to take out the Sigma. Good hook on the other side, that's going to allow him to take out the Bat played by Agent Tech. Soldier 76 going to take out Lantern. And the Horde are going to have to reset here. So it was a good initial push here by the Horde. But Macomb goes ahead and rejects them here. Now they're going to be coming through this door and working their way down through. This can be a tough area to push here. Looks like the Horde are doing a kind of a disjointed push here. Lantern playing Doomfist now. Gets taken out pretty quickly. Weirdo gets taken out playing Soldier 76, and the Horde are going to have to retreat here, taking heavy fires into this corner. So we'll see if they decide to go back to more of a standard comp for the Horde, because whatever they're doing now, clearly having some struggles with. Alright, they're going to try again. Push through this low left side door. Hit scan playing that Reinhardt. Again, not his normal player. Big hook there by Kid MDK though. Manages to take out the Roadhog on the other team. He unleashes his ultimate. So they do manage to get some traction here on this push with that that big hook on the Roadhog of the opposing team. Here comes the Zen ultimate there. Kind of like a body blocking shield. Do manage to chase down, and Kid MDK does get another elimination, but they do take out the Zen played by Toonbury there. Here comes a Sig ultimate. Does catch 2 of the Horde members there in the field of regard, but they managed to back up and back out of there as the payload continues to push through this serpentine turn here. Let's see, Lantern now is playing Genji, using that deflect. Playing down below here, he's going to work his way in here. He's going to be in a tough spot though. Macomb's going to drop down here. Here comes the Reaper ultimate. Does manage to catch the Soldier 76. They unleash their Soldier 76 ultimate as well. Takes out 1/2 of the Horde members with a hook taking out the Roadhog, or I'm sorry, the Reinhardt of the Horde A team. They're going to have to back up and reset here. So we'll watch the Horde come in here against this Macomb defense. Again, playing more of the high ground defense. It didn't work well for them last time, but they've had some switch up. Big hook there by Kid MDK to get that Sigma. Looks like they're going to try to charge up this stairwell maybe. He did catch that one player sleeping over there with the Reinhardt, but a couple good eliminations there by Macomb. They've kind of lost sight of this Reinhardt back here on the point. He does manage to chase this hog here off the point, but they do manage to take care of him. They kind of left the payload here abandoned, working his way back towards the payload to get a good push here. Just a minute left on the clock. The time is of the essence now. With Hitscan playing that Reinhardt. The Horde has to get a little bit more aggressive with the push here. Another big hook by Kid MDK. One of the few players actually playing his primary role, but he gets the counter hook against him and taken out. Another hook there against Soldier 76. Sig ultimate comes out, just 25 seconds remaining here. So it's emergency mode here for the Horde A team, only getting 1 point thus far. Again, not playing their normal comp. So a little bit different than what they're usually accustomed to. And just 1 second left. It's going to go into overtime. I don't know if they're going to be able to get here. They do get there just in time. Some ultimates coming out on both sides. A couple big eliminations to take out the Reinhardt and the BAP. It's an all-out brawl. Still in overtime mode here. That Tracer being played by Weirdo, really trying to hold down the point. They do manage to get the ball, played by Kid MDK here on the point. But ball is kind of hiding behind the point here. Does get a big hook. Just in time, Kid MDK gets in there. Sorry, that's not Kid MDK. Hard to keep track since everybody's playing a different comp. They get the Reinhardt in here, but Reinhardt gets taken out. And that's going to do it. The Horde just get 1 point there. Again, not sure why they played that comp. Not the comp they usually play, so. So definitely left the door wide open for Macomb here. Alright, so we'll set up for the push for Macomb. We'll see if they decide to play high ground or low ground here. Alright, so for the Horde, for the defense, Toonbury will be running Sigma, Weirdo will be running BAP, Lantern will be running Lucio, Kid MDK running Orisa, Hitscan running Widow, and Agent Tech running Junk. So a little bit more along the lines of the comps they usually play. A little bit different comp, so Kid, haven't seen him play too much Orisa, though I know he can play that really well. And then with Hitscan and that Widowmaker, he can be really lethal, especially given a good shield by that Orisa up there. So we'll see how this plays out. If they're able to get a few early picks on critical characters for the Knights, that can make a big difference with them getting to the first point.
Stop the payload.
So you can see Orisa put the shield up there. She dropped down, going to play the low ground hold. They're going to be coming through this corridor. They got to be leery of that hook. That hook, played by Luna, was really devastating for them. And there you see Hitscan, a couple really nice Widowmaker eliminations. You can see they're trying to eliminate their sight lines by playing in this little corridor, and then they're using the, that's an Ana, sending back there on the truck, pushing that payload forward. So that's a good, smart play there by Macomb. Really avoiding those sight lines. They're going to get the ball back in there deep to challenge the Widowmaker of Hitscan. Going to chase Hitscan out of there, so he's going to have to come back down to ground level. So they've eliminated the high ground hold. Even though they got a couple nice eliminations, they've managed to push this payload pretty well. They do get a big elimination on a couple of the Horde players there. A few more eliminations. And that's going to allow them to push the payload here. So Macomb really stout on their pushes here, making it tough on this Horde A team. Let's see, they're already pushing the ball back here on the point, allowing them to get to the first point. So the Horde, they got a big task ahead of them to hold here. Maybe they're tired from the car wash this morning, a little wore out from all that sun they got. It was a hot day out there washing some cars, for sure. Alright, there you see they put some balls, some mines there. Soldier 76 unleashes his ultimate. 1, 2, 3 eliminations, 4 eliminations with that, and that's going to allow him to push this even deeper here. So Horde having a tough order against this. Again, I think they played a weird comp coming in. I don't want to call it a weird comp, but a comp they're not used to playing. And because of that, didn't get much of a push of a tall order to defend against this push of Macomb. It's going to be with 4 minutes left on the clock here. It looks like they are going to be able to hold that. So Horde trying to challenge this, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. Running onesie twosies in here, that's going to let Macomb push, and they're going to win this second map. So Macomb Knights win the second map, which is Havana. So we will go to a third map here. See who the player of the game is. Player of the game is Soldier 76. Perker, that was probably that ultimate he unleashed where he got those 4 limbs. He just positioned himself really well. There you can see how many of the Horde members he can see. Just that got that aimbot rocking. 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations, followed with another elimination of Orisa. So great job there by that player from Macomb. So let's go ahead and credit them their point there. And we'll take a short break and come back for round 3. So be right back. All right, welcome to third round here. The Horde A took the first one, the Knights took the second one, and we are on King's Row. This seems to be the common map sequence in terms of playing Nepal and then Havana and then King's Row. I hate to say it's predictable, but with such a limited pool of maps, the players tend to have favorites, and it's pretty unique how similar these maps choices become over the course of a season. Alright, so for the Horde, they're going to be running Toombri's going to run Diva, Weirdo's going to be running Bap, Lantern's running Lucio, Kid MDK's running Reinhardt, Hitscan's running Cole Cassidy, Agent Tech's running May. So a much more common comp that the Horde team runs. And for the defense of the Macomb Knights, they're going to be running a May, a Reaper, a Roadhog, a Sigma, a Moira, and a Lucio. Sorry, my camera froze. My son was playing with the camera, so let me fix that. Get it fixed here in a second. Alright, I think I got her working. Alright, so here we are with the Horde pushing in here. We're doing a nice job. That May wall comes in. That May wall can be used to kind of break up and separate the main force from the defending force, or separate you from the defending force. We saw it used both ways that time. We're getting really close to capturing the point. Got a first tick on the clock here. The Macomb fought back really well, but with a big elimination there on the Sigma, Moira, May, and Reaper, that's going to allow them to secure the first point pretty quickly. 3 minutes on the clock, secure the first point, and they will start their push. Horde usually start their push forward really quickly, not even allowing the payload to come out before they kind of push forward, trying to get past this first corner. This is where you want to get past. You want to get past this bookshop, because this is the typical choke teams like the Hold, is this bookshop hold. Looks like their Macomb's done a good job holding that corner, though. They fell back. They didn't challenge in front of the bookshop, so the Horde's going to reconsolidate here with the payload a little bit closer now and try to push forward. There's that May wall separating the Reinhardt from the rest of the team, so smart move there by Macomb. But Horde manages to defeat the wall, get past it, and continue their push forward. So they're doing a really good job, not getting a ton of picks, but driving them back, getting them space for their payload to push. So trading a couple eliminations there on both sides. Here comes Convalescence coming in from Moira. The Horde are going to back off, let that kind of ultimate wear itself down. Even though they do catch the Lantern's Lucio out there. Horde are going to have to reset. But that was a really solid first push. Got past the bookshop there. Toombri's here playing with the Hog in the bookshop, but he's going to have to retreat there after getting a hook in him. And here comes the Horde. They're going to reconsolidate and push against this Macomb team that's proved a good adversary for sure. You see somebody's getting in here behind there, trying to set something up potentially with that Soldier 76 that he's got back there. He doesn't have his ultimate yet, though. Here comes a Diva Bomb coming in. Goes nice and high, but they managed to get back there. They do manage to get the Sig. So that was a big elimination, and they managed to take this corner and push the opposing team back. So Horde do have a couple ultimates here with the Cole Cassidy and Agent Tech's May ultimate. Nice May wall there by Agent Tech, allowed him to get a little bit of ground around that turn. That's going to allow him to push here close to the second point. Here comes a Pharah ultimate coming in, the barrage. And they managed to get the second point here with good eliminations there by Agent Tech, Kid MDK, and Hitscan. Here comes High Noon coming in, does manage to catch that Pharah. And your best Pharah counter is a good Hitscan type character. And Hitscan, played by Hayden, aptly named there. Kid MDK with that shield, helping him get around, kind of pie this corner. Big fire strike takes out 2 with 1 fire strike there, taking out both the Soldier 76 and the Moira. That's going to allow this push to push deep into the defenses here. They need to move quickly, though, take advantage of that opportunity. Maywall kind of separates off the Horde there. They managed to counter that really quickly. Toonbury and Lantern both getting a nice elimination on the Zen and the Reaper. Convalescence unleashed here by the Knights. A little bit too little too late with the Horde having the significant numbers advantage here. There's a big hammer strike comes in. Here comes a Diva Bomb right on top. They do have that Zen ultimate there, but quickly taken out as soon as that finishes up. Here comes the Sig ultimate. So you can see just how close the Horde are, but boom, Perka takes out Kid MDK's Reinhardt. That's going to make this push tough. Toonbury should drop back here. Instead of continuing this fight, he's going to go ahead and retreat. Actually, he's still fighting here. He's going to be demech'd. Lantern's going to drop back, and the Horde are going to have to set up for another push here. So they got so close. You can see how close you can get within meters of that point, but with the spawn so close to the point on this 3rd point of King's Row, makes it really tough to get that last ground. You really typically have to store up a couple ultimates and combo them to kind of clear them off and get that last couple meters under your belt. Alright, Horde consolidated here using that shield of Kid MDK. They've got window there by Weirdo's Bat. Here comes High Noon, does catch the Reaper out there. That's it though. Does follow with elimination on the Roadhog. Big elimination. Again, Convalescence. That Moira builds her ultimate super quickly, but the Horde are going to clear them off, and just as I said, they're about to get to the point. They managed to get that Sigma in there, but they'll be able to clear him off pretty quickly and get to the 3rd point here with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. So really good job pushing that payload. All right, so in order to win this round and carry this to a overtime scenario, the Macomb Knights are going to have to push all 3 points. Then it's a matter of the clock. Whoever has most time on the clock gets the most amount of time for the push after that. So we will see who the Horde A team select for their defense, and as well as who Macomb's going to be sending up against them to push that payload. Alright, so for the pushing team, for the Macomb Knights, they're going to be running a Soldier, a Hanzo, a Roadhog, a Sig, an Ana, and a Zen. And for the Horde, Toonbury's going to be running Diva, Bap's going to be run by Weirdo, Lantern, Lucio, Kid MDK, Ryan, Hitscan, Cole Cassidy, and Agent Tech playing May. So here you see the first point. With these escort missions, you need to first capture the point. The payload comes out of the garage. That counts as the first point, and then they can push for 2 additional points. All right, here in just a few seconds, the teams are going to push in here. Looks like the Horde are setting up. Yeah, they're setting up here. They're going to use that May wall as soon as that first couple players charge through here to separate, and then they'll try to clear off those couple people. That's usually how it goes, but looks like they're letting them have the point. They actually let them get all the way through. Horde coming in here. Kid MDK quickly taken out though. So not sure if that technique really worked on for them, but a couple big eliminations there by Toonbury and Hitscan. So interesting use there. I've seen them use that tactic before where they put the May wall up as soon as the first couple tanks come flying through. But a little bit different technique. It did work for them. They managed to clear them off, but they lost their Reinhardt. That could have been really dangerous. Fortunately, the rest of the team rallied and got in there. So they're going to play more hold the closer to the point versus holding the wall here. I do expect to see a May wall come in here. And separate that Roadhog out maybe. Get that Sigma out there in the open. And Soldier 76, big elimination on Kid MDK. Horde do put up window here. That amplifies the HP or delve out when you're shooting through it, but a big elimination on Agent Tech, and that's going to allow them to Unless it's contested here by the Horde, that's going to allow them to take this first point. So it looks like the Horde might concede. Let's see, I guess somebody dropped down here. Looks like they're going to concede the first point. So good job by Macomb to make that happen. Horde are going to hold the bookstore here, I'm sure. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, so pretty quick capture there. Big hammer strike really didn't catch anybody there. Horde, as the payload gets close. You can kind of use the payload as protection. Soldier 76 does catch Weirdo's BAP and allows him to push here past the bookstore. So Horde having a little bit of a challenge here, stopping this Macomb team. Looks like their defense is a little bit disjointed. Again, they're missing one of their players. Big hook there by Luna, takes out Kid MDK. And that might let them push here to the second point unless the Horde want to come out here and contest. They may give them the second point and more time on the clock. So even though the Horde had a good push, Macomb's having an equally or better push this time around. Here comes the Diva Bomb. Goes a little bit long though, does manage to catch a Zen. Here comes the Mei ultimate. They did manage to stop him just short. A couple big eliminations there by Kid MDK and Hitscan. Hitscan does get taken out, but the Horde control the point, the payload, and will be able to start pushing this thing backwards until they're able to rally up. We'll see if the Horde push forward here to hold the bookstore, but with it being so close to the point, you have to imagine they need to hold here right on the payload to keep somebody from sneaking behind and pushing it uncontested. Little skirmishes leading up here to the big fight. Nice Mei wall to protect that high ground. Does protect them a little bit from that potential Soldier 76 ultimate. They do have quite a few ultimates. They got the Roadhog ultimate, which you see coming out here. So the Horde are going to kind of retreat back into the corridor, let that pass. Then the hammer strike, big hammer strike. See if they're able to clear something up with that. A little bit slow on the rebound there after that hammer strike for the Horde. They were still kind of hidden from that Roadhog ultimate coming out. But the good thing is they kept most of their players alive and in the map. Here comes a Hanzo ultimate, comes streaking through, does take out Lantern. The rest of the Horde were able to dodge that push. Window put out here around the corner. We're doing a good job holding this second point, but a couple big eliminations take out Weirdo. We're still holding strong here. But with Kid MDK taken out, might make it a little bit tough. Diva's trying to hold strong. Diva and Lucio here on the point. Diva's going to be demech'd. They do have Lantern here holding strong, along with Baby Diva, trying to give the rest of the team time to get here. Good Mei wall. They should be able to take that out pretty quickly and get to the second point. But it was a good stall in terms of time. So the Horde are going to have to hold this last point. Sigma ultimate does catch both tanks out front there. They're healed up pretty quickly though by Weirdo. Back at full strength. Good pick there by Collateral to take out Agent Tech. Here comes High Noon ultimate coming out by Hitscan. Doesn't catch anybody home there. Here comes the Diva Bomb right there in the open. Should be able to catch some of them there with the freeze with the Mei Blizzard at the same time. Nice combo there. But unfortunately, they took out a couple of the Horde members at the same time. So good ultimate, just not enough. And the Macomb Knights are pushing this Horde A team to the limit. So many of these teams have closed their gaps with these top teams in the league right now. And you can see it right now with Macomb Knights giving the Hanover Horde A team everything they have. So the Horde A team is down one of their players. Pizza Freak's not playing right now, so we've got Agent Tech subbing in. But still struggling mightily as Macomb Knights team is doing a really good job running them, keeping these matches going for sure.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so the Horde A team will be defending the payload this time. The Macomb Knights have 1 minute 58 seconds. Looks like they're going to be running the same comp they ran last time. Hitscan running Hanzo. And for the pushing team, for the Macomb Knights, looks like they're running a similar combo that they've used most of the game when they're on offense. So similar comps here for both teams. We'll see how this shakes out. Looks like see if the Horde does something different here. Last time they tried a kind of a waiting in this back room and then snuck in behind them. It worked initially, but both times Kid MDK, the main tank for the Horde, was picked off early in the fight, which really allowed the Macomb Knights to overwhelm the Horde and push through. So we'll see if they can do a better job healing up their main tank here and keeping him deeper into these fights. Macomb doing a good job. They did get a couple small ticks on the clock here. Kid MDK having to push forward. Horde playing a little bit soft on their defense. They need to push forward. Don't want to play again. Kid MDK gets taken out here in this fight, so the rest of the Horde team are going to have to hold until they get out here. They do have the window up. See if they can hold until they get their main tank back. See if they can hold this first point. Hanzo ultimate comes in. Horde managed to largely avoid that, but Hanzo does get the pick. Here comes Blizzard coming in. Reinhardt does make his way back in, but he's caught immediately by the Sig ultimate. Just 38 seconds left here. A couple big picks there on Agent Tech and Weirdo by Soldier 76. They're going to be able to demech the Diva here. Horde should not give up this point with just 24 seconds left. Here comes a Hanzo ultimate coming. Big pick by that Hanzo. Takes out 1-2. Reinhardt's going to charge here. They're going to be able to should be able to take this down into overtime. Great job. The rest of the Horde members need to get up here and push forward. So 10 seconds remaining. That thing looked like it was getting really dangerous for them to take this first point. Here comes the Roadhog ultimate. He's ultimately going to be picked off by Weirdo there. Hitscan's going to pick off one more. They're just going to body block them from getting in here. Diva Bomb goes off, and they're going to stop them from getting any points on that push. Great job by the Horde A team. It really looked like the Knights were going to kind of force that into get that point, get more time on the clock, and continue their push to the second point. But Horde A rallied, particularly Hitscan with that Hanzo ultimate. That dragon came in at the opportune time from up above. He was high up on that perch. Just sent it right down, took out their DPS, and really shifted the tide of that fight. All right, let's reset. The Horde A team have 2 minutes 15 seconds on the clock. They did allow a small tick on the clock, but just a momentary tick. And the Horde will be running a Diva for Toombury. Weirdo will be running Bap, Lantern, Lucio, Kid MDK, Ryan, Hitscan, Hanzo, Agent Tech, May. And looks like a similar defensive hold that the Knights have been playing all game. Really a lot of GGs, GRs to our friends from Macomb. This match for sure isn't over, but they've played a heck of a round against this Horde A team, and should be really proud of how well they're playing and how much they've improved these last few seasons for sure. All right, so Horde A's coming in here. I expect them to come in really aggressively this first push. They have time on their side. There's really, if you get a good pick, it could really make a difference. So they're going to go through this door here. Looks like they might be coming out the backhand side. It is dangerous being in this little corridor. Hitscan gets a nice elimination of that hog, which is huge Horde pushing in here. 1, 2, 3 eliminations. And with that first tick of the clock, that's going to do it. And the Horde A are going to go ahead and win this thing 2-1. But GG's to our friends from Macomb. Really a great round fought by them. See what the play of the game is. I imagine it's that Hanzo ultimate by Hitscan. Using that high perch to launch that dragon. There's that dragon, just comes down perfectly placed right on the point. He's going to pick up the Zen and the soldier. It's going to pick up that other DPS, that other Hanzo, as well as the Ana. So picking up both DPS and support there just shifted the tide of that fight and allowed them to win that thing. So GG's to our friends from Macomb. Let me go ahead and award the Horde A their second point here. And they will continue their undefeated streak on the season, moving to 3-0. And that's going to do it. We'll see you next time. We'll set up for our next match, which is the B team. So we'll be right back with that after I end the stream. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.